We all know that life can be very complex and at times quite challenging, and people in this world can be very, very cruel. That's why I like to get back to the basics. It's always served me very, very well. And one of those basics is, and I'm always talking about it on this channel to the point of sounding like a broken record, but I think it needs to be said. It's never right for anybody to initiate unjust force and violence on peaceful people who haven't done anything wrong. And it doesn't matter who you are. And I think we all know this. If you don't want something done to you, then why would you do it to somebody else? And if you do something to somebody else that you wouldn't want done to you, then you're a hypocrite. Do you want somebody to steal from you? Then don't steal from somebody else. Do you want somebody to hurt you without your consent? Then don't hurt somebody else. Do you want somebody to lie to you? Then you wouldn't lie to somebody else. You're going to do to others what you would want done to you. Conversely, you're not going to do to others what you wouldn't want others to do to you. And that's why I want to go over this video right here. Now, I'm going to blur out the violence part because I don't want to break YouTube's terms of service, but I will leave the link to the entire unedited video so you can see exactly what's happening here. It comes from the Las Vegas Metro Police Department. What happened was Kadisha Bishop, who's 25 years old, stepped onto the bus and started spewing profanities to some of the passengers. And Serge Fournier, who's 74, was about to get off the bus. Now, before he got off the bus, he was doing this, hey, let's get back to basics kind of thing. Stop being like that toward other passengers. Be nice. When he turned to walk off of the bus and was about to head down the steps, as his back is facing Bishop, she pushed him with such force that he missed all the steps on the way down to the concrete, hit his head. A month later, he died from those injuries in the hospital, and they declared that a homicide, where they picked up Kadisha Bishop, and now she's on her $1,000 bond for having committed that homicide. Now, the reason I want to bring this out is because it kind of shows exactly what not to do. It shows exactly what kind of person you don't want to be. And it also shows that there's something happened in her family. The parents dropped the ball somewhere along the line, because can you imagine being a 25-year-old and hurting an elderly man or woman? The guy's got a walker. He's obviously not in good health. He's not in good shape. You know that if you do something like that, the chances that you're going to harm this guy is off the charts. So the reason I make a big deal out of the initiation of force on peaceful people who haven't done anything wrong is because the fundamental building blocks of our society, about we as individuals and all the individuals that make up our zone of influence, if we all just learned and got down into our spirits, into our hearts, into the very core of our being, what a good person actually is, and hand those down to our kids, incidents like these would be drastically reduced to the point where you wouldn't have law enforcers. Because law enforcers do this all the time. They abuse their authority, they go on a power-tripping tirade, and they harm people. When a cop is pulling a person over because they broke a politician's command of, hey, you're doing 45 in a 40-mile-per-hour zone, we're going to give you a $150 ticket, that cop would not want that done to him. Nobody wants to be extorted, and that's exactly what that is roadside extortion. What Kadisha Bishop did to Serge Fournier is played out time and time again every single day. What we need to do is take these kids, if you're a parent, or if you know any kids, and just teach them the basics in life. And you can tell them, you can show them logically, here's why it's not right. Do you want somebody to push you? Well, no. Do you want somebody to steal from you? No. Do you want somebody to lie from you? No. Well, then go and do likewise to others, or don't do likewise to others. Don't steal from them. Don't harm them. Don't threaten them. The reason I do what I do and say what I say here on this channel about government is because government is nothing more and nothing less than a group of individuals who think that they have a higher claim over the life and property of others, who think that it's okay for them, because they're government, to initiate unjust force and violence on peaceful people who haven't done anything wrong. The reason government can survive is because they live off of taxation, which is extortion, but they wouldn't want to be extorted themselves, not individually, not as a group. They live off of threats of force and violence, but they wouldn't want threats to come against them. They live by deceiving the masses into thinking it's okay because we're government to commit immoral acts on our fellow human beings. Now, if Khadijah Bishop was a uniform-wearing, badge-sporting, gun-toting law enforcer of the state, she probably wouldn't have gotten into trouble. How do we know? Well, let's look at 3 examples. Eric Garner was trying to sell cigarettes on the streets of New York, and he was choked out by the New York Police Department. How about Philando Castile? He was going for his ID and the cops shot him. How about Daniel Shaver? He was complying with every command from the law enforcers and he was gunned down. All innocent people, all murdered in cold blood, and all of the victimizers, all the law enforcers got to walk away scot-free. Khadijah Bishop won't walk away free because she's a civilian. But we have to get back to basics, guys. It's never right to initiate unjust force or violence on peaceful people who haven't done anything wrong. And nobody has a higher claim over your life and property than you. So if you guys disagree with anything in this video, leave those disagreements in the comment section below. I'll see you guys in the next heavily censored, shadow banned, and now 100% demonetized video.
If you guys enjoy these videos, be sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification icon, give it a thumbs up, and share it with everybody you know. Also, check out over 100 hard-hitting designs in the shirt store, and if you want to support more content, hit me up on Patreon or PayPal. All those links will be in the description and in the pinned comment. I'll see you guys in the next heavily censored, shadow banned video.